Hey everybody, it's Jesse from Jesse Lee Strength and Fitness. Today we're going to talk to you about the couch stretch, sometimes called the quad stretch. But basically what that's going to do is going to stretch the front side of your thigh, the quadriceps muscles, meaning four, quad means four, involved with hip flexion as well as knee extension. They stabilize the knee. What I find with people with tight quads, typically they sit a lot during the day, so the quad will kind of pull their hips into a anterior pelvic tilt, causing a little bit of lumbar pain, and typically kind of a lack of access to their glutes. So the quads kind of, if they're tight, they typically restrict access to the glute. So what I'll do is I do these for a warm-up. Before I do, some kind of lower body exercise. I also do them for basically a treatment for somebody who's feeling maybe a little low back pain, just a little stiffness. So I'll kind of show you how I do this exercise. They call it a couch stretch because you can hang a foot off of the end of a couch. Imagine this bench being a couch. But since we're in a weight room, we're going to go ahead and use the bench. But at home, you could probably use a couch or a chair. And I've got a pad down here just to soften the load for my knee. You could also, in theory, just do this in a kneeling position, be a half kneeling position. So it might look something like this. And I've got this, basically this is just a little pole to provide some leverage. But this front part of my quad is going to be the part that I'm going to stretch. And I'm going to stretch it by activating the glute muscle behind. So I'm in this angle here. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze my glute. I'm pushing on this to a little leverage, and I'm just going to get a stretch on the front side of this quad muscle. I'm just going to apply a little bit of stretch. You should feel it all down the front of the leg. Sometimes it'll help relieve a little bit of knee pain as well. Now I'll go ahead and demonstrate it on the bench here. And I got the pole, I'll show you a few things that I do with it just to add a little bit of leverage. So hanging a toe, obviously be careful with this. You don't want to hurt yourself just trying to get a good stretch. But what I use this pole for is just to press into the ground. And I'm just going to push back slightly. I'm just going to slightly activate my glute. I like to make sure my core is on because I don't want to be arching backwards. So I activate my abs, I keep my rib cage down over the top of my pelvis, and I'm just going to get a nice stretch. Hold that for a few seconds, just kind of feel that. And I typically alternate, and I will take this pole and I'll just reach up overhead, my left hand on the bottom. Now I'm adding this so I can get a little bit of a psoas stretch. Psoas attaches to the lumbar and goes down and attaches into the near your acetabulum, or not the acetabulum, but the head of the femur. And so you can get a little bit of a psoas stretch in this way. I just kind of alternate between those two while I'm trying to activate my glute. I'm going to go ahead and just to balance things out, I'll stretch out the other side. Just kind of pushing into this pole, activating my glute, feeling the front side stretch, keeping my rib cage kind of down. I'm going to elevate overhead. And just kind of alternate between this. I like to do this stretch, before I work out or even after. But if you've been sitting all day, this can be a great relief for your low back. Plus, it lengthens the front side of the leg and activates the back side. So that's the basic point of this exercise. You can use it for warm-up. You can use it for some treatment. Also just helps you feel good, helps you stand up a little bit taller. So thanks for watching and have a great day.